Hello everyone, Courtney here. If you are following along and just listened to episode 9 about priorities, and you have decided to commit to understanding what it takes to be successful, then this episode is directed towards you, and just in time for Thanksgiving festivities. Today marks our 10th episode, and this one's all about being grateful. Welcome to episode number 10. Let's get into it.
Where inventing, passion, and hard work intersect. Welcome to the Serial Inventing Podcast. Bite-sized, perspective-altering episodes on serial inventing and beyond. From motivating key tips on product licensing to obstacle-busting conversations on transitioning to a full-time serial product developer. Buckle your seatbelt, because you're in for a ride. Warning, this podcast may motivate you to make wild decisions that will propel you forward in your inventing career and hijack more of your time for your passion. If you aren't ready to make it happen, then this podcast isn't for you.
Taking a leap into an unknown area can be scary, and taking action on your dreams can also be scary. Why? Because you have to be willing to fail, and fail again and again. That is already hard enough when you're doing it by yourself. But when you now have to trust someone with something that is precious to you, it adds another level of worry to the journey. A lot of people don't want to share their dream with others, mostly out of fear of ridicule or failure. Bringing up your dream with someone takes a level of vulnerability many people are not willing to expose themselves to. Such fear often prevents people from creating a team to share their dreams with. They are reluctant to have outsiders be a part of making their dreams into a reality. As a coach, I know this very well. Some people choose to share their dreams and not really share the entire thing because they're nervous or scared. And in this industry, there's a lot of myths, misconceptions, and some small realities that can make you want to be protective about a product idea even more so, and be careful whom they share it with. Though there is a reason for some level of protection, I can only coach you as much as you are willing to be vulnerable and open about your goals with your product idea. I can only coach you as far as the level of vulnerability you're willing to show. As a coach, I have a very large responsibility that I'm taking on with each student. They're coming into the program at InventRight with a relatively blind trust in me as a guide on the path to inventing success. And not just that one product if they want to become a serial inventor, but now for their entire future career of products. I hold each and every product in my hands with the utmost care that they need, almost as a second parent to a child, carefully holding it in my hands like how a boat gently floats on water. That takes an immense amount of trust to give your dream to someone and let them just hold it in their hands just oh so carefully, being able to take them through the process and to help them be as successful as possible. That takes a level of vulnerability that many people aren't willing to give. I take that responsibility with pride. I am so incredibly honored and grateful that every single day I get to hold all of my students' dreams in my hands with so much love every single day. It is such an honor. A lot of inventors don't have support systems. Often their friends think that they are crazy, or their family thinks that they're wasting their time, or that it's not possible, or that they don't believe in them. Sometimes, as coaches, we are the only people that believe in them and carry their dreams with them. Sometimes I personally feel like that person with a lantern, that bit of hope that brings that little bit of knowledge that they need to help them become successful. I have so much gratitude that my students trust me to bring them to success. I'm a very energetic coach, and so I get a lot of comments from my students asking, "Do I ever have a bad day? Why am I always in a good mood?" I'm always having a good day when I get to help make dreams a reality. I get to talk to people all over the world. I get to be their support system. I get to bring my experience and stories and wisdom to the table, and I get to use it to help them with something that is so important to them to be successful. And more importantly, I get to give them hope. Because in the licensing industry, a key component of not giving up and knowing that there is a massive, beautiful light at the end of the tunnel is hope. I allow them to believe in themselves. Being able to trust someone with your dream when sometimes you can't even trust yourself with your dream often means truly surrendering a large part of your ego. A quote often attributed to Plato goes like this: "The highest form of knowledge is empathy, for it requires us to suspend our egos and live in another's world." That takes a lot of selflessness on the student's part to be able to open up enough to surrender or give up a part of their ego and trust that I will help make them successful. Sometimes handing over a part of your dream into someone else's hands feels like jumping off a cliff, and I very well understand that feeling. So if any dream comes into my hands, it's such a pure honor that I get to even hold one, let alone help make it happen. And so I just want to thank my students for trusting me with their dreams as I once did with my coach, because that is a beautiful surrender that I will never take for granted. And if you pitch really, really hard and listen to advice and work on many products, you will get a deal. And we will both be celebrating the magic of what you have accomplished. Feeling grateful can have a lot of positive effects on your pitching too. Say what? That's right. Because of how we react to getting no's, not getting responses, and something taking too long has anything to do with what kind of responses we will be getting back, then we need to make sure that we choose how we react and move forward with kindness, empathy, and compassion towards every conversation that we have. Here's another way to put it: how do you want your potential licensee to respond back to you? With kind remarks? With interest? Then, when we don't hear back from them, get no's, or something is taking longer than it should, we should evaluate that reaction we normally have and turn it into a positive one, or at least into a level of understanding where we can move forward with energy that is wanting of a deal. Elsewise, I think constantly being in a state of frustration scares deals away. Reactions are a type of frequency, and frequency is physics. Be the frequency you want to receive back. It's the same thing as the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, next time, when they're taking a long time to respond back, and you continue to follow up every week, put energy into other things. Or if you think to yourself that you'd appreciate reminders when you forget things, send them a gentle reminder. Remember that they have other responsibilities and also are human. When you get a no, take it with grace and keep collecting them. Fill your licensing journey with compassion and gratitude. And you just might In return, get a bit of gratitude back. In the spirit of having gratitude, what are you thankful for? Thanks for tuning in and taking a few bites with me today. And remember, serial inventors don't make excuses, they make it happen. See you soon.